let's talk about the Nembe issue now. The league management company earlier today released a statement. There was a press release on the website of the league management company, and I think we urge you to always go to the LMC website. Information is always there for
always
you.
Updated.
Because a lot of you have been asking questions, what did Nembe do wrong? Are they being victimized for Barry Bote's outburst and his actions against the NFF and all of that? But that's what you are seeing on your screen. That's the LMC in the press statement explaining exactly the situation with Giwa, who got conditional clearance and have started playing in the Globe Premier League, and why Nembe couldn't play today. The deadline for Nembe was today, 5 p.m., but it looks like there might be some issues that are still unresolved around Nembe City.
Tony, from the beginning of this issue, I think Giwa has always been in the forefront. They've been making all the noise. We've not had...
Nembe have also been making all the noise.
No, but not as much
as prominently as Giwa made the noise.
You know, and I think they've not done enough. 2 weeks ago, we were all here, we said, you know, everybody needs to make some progress. The LMC have stated their reasons, and these 2 clubs need to also try. You know, you have to make some efforts, you know, to meet some of these demands. I think that there should be some minimum requirements, some basic requirements that you should meet. I don't think the LMC wants them to meet everything at the same time. They have also given the clubs that are playing time to, you know, pay the bond.
In that press statement, I mean, if you're able to read through that press statement showing on the screen, they talked about the particular 4 conditions. And let me read it so that you gentlemen can say a few things about it. The 4 conditions include submission of a signed letter of allegiance to the LMC in accordance with the approved format. I don't think there's a problem with that. Then there is appointing a stadium to be inspected and approved by the LMC. I don't think Nembe have a problem with that because they want to play in Gokana. Omoku, in Port Harcourt. Then, this is where I think there are issues with their participation. Submission of detailed medical profile, passport of all players in line with the LMC-approved medical forms, and of course, the discontinuation of all matters and litigations in court. Nembe and Giwa were very prominent with the court cases. Those who bought season tickets, the funky guy, Funky Odige, and then the other guy, they have discontinued their court in
and
their case in court.
And I don't think Nembe actually went to court.
And I don't think Nembe went to court in issues relating to the LMC. No. It was a different issue of Barry Bote and all of that that is in court, not LMC issues.
No. But I think the issue of medical,
very key.
Very key. But what is the big deal about the students in federal government colleges? They do medical tests, and you know what is so difficult? What is so difficult in getting registered players?
Proper medical forms.
Go to a registered.
I'm just as gobsmacked as you are.
An approved hospital
medical doctor to give you medical. This is the team. If it was a newly promoted team, it's a different thing. But this team actually played in the Premier League last season.
This is unnecessary. We had cases of players, you know, a player died
we had plenty of cases
last season. You know, if we had proper medical, history, we would have followed up the player, know how to use him, know how to preserve him, and, you know, perhaps the guy would have survived. But these things are very key.
If you want to play
very
professional,
key. We are talking of the health
professional
of players.
football.
But wait,
health of players.
On. There were at least 2 deadlines for all the clubs
to meet this.
Nembe didn't meet either one of them. The LMC even bent over backwards, doubly, to ensure they gave them another extended deadline. They still didn't meet that.
Let me play the devil's advocate. The deadline was 5 p.m. today. Who knows what could have happened between then and now? But tomorrow we'll have a clearer picture.
You didn't need to wait till 5 p.m.
I agree with you. But let me also tell you that even Giwa that played today, it's conditional clearance that they've been given. And the LMC in the press statement says, in granting provisional approval for Giwa FC to join the league, they are also to meet other conditions on or before the 24th of June.
Which conditions are those?
Some other conditions. And I think maybe salaries of 150,000 for players, and all of those are embedded.
The problem,
in all of that.
Some of these conditions are germane. You know, they are good for.
And then,
but the problem
I have
25
million.
But the problem
for what do they call it?
Performance
bond.
The problem I have is that there should be transparency. What is good for the other club should also
apply for the other club. Not bend the roof for one club.
Not bend the roof for one club. We have stories of some clubs owing. and nothing has been done.
But
Owing salaries.
Another particularly interesting issue that a lot of people are not talking about is this 150,000 minimum wage. Are you telling me that a fresh recruit, 18 years old, is entitled to 150,000 naira as well?
If the boy is in your feeder team, it's a different arrangement.
No.
But if you are signing a player on to come and play for you in the Premier League, then you have to pay.
All I'm saying is that an 18-year-old in Nigeria, you are going to give him 150,000 naira.
If he's going to be playing in the Premier League in Nigeria, you have to pay.
Are we not?
No,
they are not 18.
Are we? Wait.
Are you their father?
Are we not setting fire to the roof?
No. I'm not setting fire. Are you their father?
If you have played in the NNL for more than 5 years,
what they say about
if you have played in the NNL for more than 5 years, you can't be 18.
I don't agree with you. A child a fortune, and he's spending it on big cake.
No. Look,
some of these players are even breadwinners.
Yes,
they are already mad. They are already adults.
By the time the 150 is coming, they are family.
Of course, it's a Nigerian environment. It's peculiar, and I think that's what the LMC wants to take care of. But these are issues that after this first season, we'll work the system, set the structure in place, and I think we need these structures really to move the game forward in Nigeria. Well, gentlemen, our time is really running out, and we've already given you an update around UEFA Champions League games played today. But let's remind you of what happened yesterday. There were games played yesterday as well, but yesterday's games were a lot closer than the games that we've seen today. Yesterday, Barcelona at home to Atletico Madrid ended 1-1. And of course, Manchester United also at home to Bayern ended 1-1. Let's bring you highlights of what happened when Bayern visited Old Trafford. We'll bring you highlights of that game. We'll come back and wrap up Sports Tonight this midweek.
Clock here. In towards Vidic. Oh, they scored! Manchester United get the goal they dreamed of. They have taken the lead against the champions of Europe.
This one was not an easy header. Not easy at all. He's actually reaching back for it. But nobody picks him up from the beginning. Since coming on, Mandzukic gives them that physical presence, that focal point to the attacks.
Here's Robben. On to Rafinha. Dangerous cross aimed at Mandzukic. The downward header finds Schweinsteiger, who finds the back of the net to bring Bayern Munich level. Brilliantly created goal, superbly finished.
Well, and that man, Mandzukic.
All right, so that was how it happened, 1-1 at the Old Trafford. Let's talk about Barcelona very quickly. A big story that came out of UEFA or FIFA today is the story of Barcelona breaking the rules and, of course, getting sanctioned. 2 seasons, they mustn't do any business, any transfer business, 2 years. And I think a couple of years ago, we had Chelsea go through the same kind of treatment. What exactly is the story, Tunde?
Well, Barcelona have been given a 14-month transfer ban for breaking rules on signing international players under 18. The Catalan club cannot buy players until the summer of 2015, according to a ruling by FIFA. So that affects the next 2 windows. Barcelona also been fined 450,000 Swiss francs, but the club have confirmed that they will appeal. Apparently, there were some misdemeanors that the club was involved in relating to signing players who are under 18. And FIFA frowned very...
And this one particularly about the Nigerian?
Yeah.
Bobby
Adekoye and a few other players as well from other countries. I think some Eastern European countries as well, some Asian countries. So they are in trouble now because this affects them very, very severely. They have players who are retiring. There are some players that are old and need replacing. For example, Victor Valdez is injured for a long term.
For how long are they going to rely on Pinto?
The club captain Carlos Puyol is also retiring. So that means that they cannot adequately replace these players for the next 2 seasons, which is a big problem. They have to do within their youth ranks. They are very much vaunted youth ranks to replace them. But they would ordinarily have preferred to sign experienced players. And
of course, the final shot on the program will go to Uruguay and talk about an amazing story, a bizarre story of the Uruguayan Football Association. The entire board throwing in the towel at the same time, and it's got to do with some political interference in the game of football. The entire board threw in the towel because the government at the center decided to withdraw policemen from games of the Uruguayan League. And so the board felt, look, this is interference of the highest order. We can't be there when there's violence on the pitch. And so the entire Uruguayan Football Association threw in the towel. That's how we have to wrap it up on Sports Tonight. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.